Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina wa Mawlana Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'een wa ala kulli man tabi'ahum bi ihsanin ila yawmiddin amma ba'd. My dear respected brothers and elders, I welcome you to this blessed day of Friday, another Friday in the month of Ramadan, and I hope that you are enjoying this time in this lockdown with your family. My dear brothers, and sisters, life is like a train journey. I've used this example many times. It's just something that, because I've traveled on a train for a long time, I think of a train more than a ship or a plane. So life is like a train journey. You go into the train. I guess if you don't travel by train, you won't get the example, but I think you will. You go, you buy your ticket, you get into the platform, and you travel. And your ticket is only up to a certain point. So you get off that, you can't go beyond that, or you'll be fined. So the train stops at each platform, at each station, and then you get off that station. And when you get on that train, you meet some people. You meet them for such a brief moment of time. You may say hi to them, you may talk to them, you may not. But you meet them, you see them. Depending on how long the journey is, either you will get off, or either they will get off on the next platform. And that's just how life is. You are going through these phases in your life, stopping at each station. Either you're going to leave those people who are with you when your ticket is finished, or either they will leave you first. You just don't know whose ticket comes first. And you don't know how much your ticket has been extended to, or how much your ticket limit is to. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, فَإِذَا جَاءَ أَجَلُهُمْ, when their prescribed time comes, فَإِذَا جَاءَ أَجَلُهُمْ لَا يَسْتَأْخِرُونَ, it shall not be delayed, وَلَا يَسْتَقْدِمُونَ, nor shall be postponed, neither shall be brought forward. So when the time comes, كُلُّ نَفْسٍ ذَائِقَةُ الْمَوْتِ, every soul shall taste death. So every person will have to leave this dunya and shift to the akhirah. The month of Ramadan the month of Ramadan itself is such a spiritual environment. It reminds me all the time of this phase. Many people have passed away during this month and before this month. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give them the highest abode in Jannah. But there is a saying I remember reading, that life is not short. Life is long enough for us to do good deeds. It's long enough for us to make the most of our good deeds. In a verse of the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أَوَلَمْ نُعَمِّرْكُمْ مَا يَتَذَكَّرُ فِيهِ مَنْ تَذَكَّرَ وَجَاءَكُمُ النَّذِيرُ. Did we not give you enough age? Did we not give you enough life? This is what I just said. Did we not give you enough life for you to take heed therein? أَوَلَمْ نُعَمِّرْكُمْ مَا يَتَذَكَّرُ فِيهِ مَنْ تَذَكَّرَ, when you were reminded, وَجَاءَكُمُ النَّذِيرُ, did we not give you enough life therein to take heed? And when the warner came to you, whilst the warner came to you, what are these warners? What warners, you may be thinking, is coming to me to remind me that my life is ending? Well, it's pretty obvious, especially when you've reached the age of 30, 40. You must have experienced so many people around you close. Forget the world. People in the world, Muslims, brothers, sisters, many of them due to their circumstances are dying of starvation. Look at the situation in Yemen. Last I heard, this was the worst place. Look at the children there. I remember seeing one in the beginning of the before Ramadan. It just breaks your heart. Children who half their weight in Yemen, not receiving food and dying. In many parts of the world, these are our Muslim brothers and sisters who will be affected by this. So, but even just close around you, people who have died. These are one reminder. Your own body itself getting old. your white hair, your children being born. Yes, it's a very happy incident, but remember, they've come into life. It means someone else is going to die, someone else is getting old, grandson, kid being born. These are all وَجَاءَكُمُ النَّذِيرُ. We just choose to ignore them and not bring that topic up. But when one generation enters, it means the other generation is ending its time. It's ending its time. I remember seeing that famous interview on YouTube by Muhammad Ali, and people asked him after he retired, this was after his career, what you're going to do now, what's your aim? And he gave this beautiful explanation like he normally does, so Muhammad Ali, the boxer, in front of everyone. It's still on YouTube, you can see that, look, he goes, how long is your life? If you take out the fact, all the traveling, he goes in detail, specifics, all the traveling that you did, the amount of time you spent sleeping, if you take out the sleeping, if you take out your youth, you can't even remember your childhood. He does a calculation, and you're left with like 20 years or 25 years of real life, of cognizance, of understanding. So he says, look, my last years, I want to put my service into Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because life in reality is so short. You can't even remember the first 10 years. You can't even remember anything. You can remember just about, if you're in your 40s and past 40s, you can just about remember between your 10 and 20. Between the age of 20 and 30, you're busy. You're busy acquiring, finishing for your studies, or trying to get married, or trying to, remember from the age of 30, 40, just average general, how people, children, running around behind them. And by the time you know it, you're old. This is life. This is life. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, so many warners have come. Wasn't there enough time for you to take heed? Life is long enough for us to do good actions. Our life is so short in comparison to the people of the past. But yet Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us an amazing gift if we truly see it as a gift and understand the merit and benefit of it. That is Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadr, the night of power, which comes in the last 10 odd nights of the month of Ramadan. My advice to you, brothers and sisters, is forget the odd nights, make the most of the last 10 nights completely, and go all out and try to make as much and benefit as much as possible from the last 10 remaining odd nights of the month of Ramadan. May we benefit as much as you can. Remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us the best gift, a gift of life, given us Iman, and given us His night of power. He says it's equivalent to 1,000 months. That's approximately 84 years. And if you can do that every year, then you imagine how much reward you will see on Yawm al-Qiyamah if you hit the jackpot and Allah accepted that day, that night of prayer of yours. What else is life other than taking away our good deeds and going to the Akhirah and having it accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, and I end with this verse, فَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ خَيْرًا يَرَهُ. Whoever does an atom weight of good, he will see that good. So try to do much good as in this month. وَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِثْقَالَ ذَرَّةٍ شَرًّا يَرَهُ. Whoever does an atom weight of evil shall see it. So try to refrain from as much evil as you can in this month. You never know what will be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So focus on the quality, focus on the quantity too. Because you can't be picky and say, oh, I like to do quality. We cannot say, oh, I got quality, so I'm going to do little. Focus on the quantity, do as much as you can. And try to do it as best as you can. And pray to Allah accept it. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give me steadfastness, tawfiq, the ability to remain steadfast on our actions throughout the month of Ramadan, to increase in our ibadah during the end of Ramadan, to accept our prayers, and enable to keep that momentum going after month of Ramadan. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive all those brothers who has passed away, elevate their status, give shifa, give recovery to all the brothers who are suffering, who are in difficulty, and Allah give them patience and reward them for this patience. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bring us back to normal very soon, inshallah. I pray that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept our du'as. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.